4 in the City of Alexandria, Louisiana website. We're going to have the invocation by Councilman Johnson and the pledge by Councilman Fowler.
Everybody bow their head. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you, asking that you guide us through these meetings and bless each and every one of us in this meeting. And we ask you to please watch over Alexandria. Please, Lord, please watch over us. And all the glory be given to you. In your Son Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have roll call at this time.
Mr. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Stelter? Here. Mr. Green?
Present.
Mr. Fowler?
Here.
Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Lawberdane?
Here.
Ms. Terry?
Here.
Madam President, you have the floor.
We have approval of minutes taken from the regular meeting held on April 8th. I need a motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Felter, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments? Mr. White,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President.
you're welcome.
I just want to tell everybody, my name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934. I've been a lifelong resident of Alexandria for 64 years, and I hope everybody had a happy and blessed Easter on Sunday. Saturday was the Army's birthday, 250 years old, so I hope people did something about that. I see you're going to talk about Juneteenth later on. I'm going to make some comments about that, but June the 14th is the regular Army's birthday, but we were citizen soldiers first. And I was going through some stuff.
Mr. White,
I know that's not, but
It's not.
I was going through some stuff my
Mr.
dad
White.
had. Okay, I'm going to get to, and I just wanted to give you and Mr. Goins this, and then I'm going to continue on about the minutes. Mr. Goins, that's something my dad had, and I hope y'all both will read it, since I only got 3 minutes.
thank you.
And thank you, Madam President.
You're
See,
welcome.
you give people a chance to talk, but
But you have
like
to
I was
talk
saying
about,
the
you have to
minutes.
talk about the
About
minutes.
the minutes.
Yes, sir.
You know, we had a talk about, and I brought up, you know, we don't have Acadian Amlams anymore either.
That has nothing to do with our minutes, Mr. White.
I know, but we need to talk, people need to know about it.
Yeah, but that's not about the
I know,
minutes, Mr. White.
I know,
Thank you, Mr. White.
Thank you, sir.
but I wanted to say, listen, okay, on the timekeepers,
Mr. White. Mr.
I'm
White,
just asking,
Mr.
on the
White,
minutes,
Mr.
on the
White,
timekeeper.
Mr. White,
I'm
Mr. White,
finna
Mr. White.
address that for you, Mr. White. Let me say this to everyone out there. The time is 3 minutes
Right,
for constituents.
yes, ma'am.
And when an individual come and make a presentation, they have however long that presentation is. To you, Mr. Freddie,
what
I apologize for cutting you off week at the present meeting, but now we have clarity that if you're making a presentation, you're there until your presentation is completed.
Wow.
If you're speaking as a constituent on an item on the agenda, then you have 3 minutes.
See, that's what we need.
Thank you.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
clarity. Well, so let me ask you one more thing.
Yes,
You
sir.
said presentations. Can anybody make a presentation?
It all depends on what your presentation is for. You just
So
have,
do we have to apply to y'all for that, or can we just make a presentation?
no,
That's
sir, you have to apply to one of the councilmen.
one account. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome, Mr. White. Okay. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
F, consent calendar. Introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the highest quote received for the sale of surplus electrical equipment for the electric distribution department. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract for chemical additives for Warzilla engines at DG Hanna Power Plant.
Need a motion, please?
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Johnson. Discussion? That's it, okay.
Any items to committee?
No, that's all we have. Any items to committee?
Resolution number 3. Resolution authorizing the mayor to promote the city of Alexandria as a co-sponsor of the Central Louisiana 2025 Juneteenth celebration.
Need a motion, please?
Move.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public discussion? Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to make sure, I want to be called. Madam President, everybody needs to know about Juneteenth. That's when the slaves in Texas found out that they had their freedom, even though, you know, the slaves in the other parts of the South had already found out. I hope on June the 14th, you'll get Peabody's ROTC. That's going to be the Army's official birthday. It'd be nice to bring Peabody's ROTC for Juneteenth and everything, and maybe get the National Guard and Fort Johnson people here. You know, whatever the meeting is in June before the 14th to honor the Army's 250, as the regular Army is June 14th, but the citizen soldiers started April the 19th with Lexington and Concord. But it'd be nice to bring them. Then November the 10th will be the Marine Corps' birthday, get Ash's ROTC.
Okay,
for that.
for the Juneteenth, that's Miss Carolyn's organization that put this on. You might want to get with her about that.
Okay.
Not the city.
Okay, but
With
I'm just saying,
co-sponsor.
you
Yeah, I'm
always
just saying.
want ideas about bringing
Yes, sir.
schools and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
Hello, everyone. It's been a year already again. I'd just like to say thank you for allowing us to be on the agenda. And this will be our 33rd year celebration. And to answer your question about the ROTC, they have been in front of the Juneteenth parade over 20-some years from Peabody. We've been trying to get other ROTCs to be, participate,
Yes,
but Peabody has been in front line. And so far, we have had no problems, and hopefully we go into this year the same way. I appreciate every councilman that's on the stand, and thank you so much.
I saw on the internet you're looking for vendors.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure you get a little plug if you're looking for vendors. No, no. Not vendor. I was giving you a little plug.
Yeah, thank you. We're still looking for vendors. Yes, sir.
I had a question. Do you have scheduled events yet, or will that be?
We are in the tentative, we do have it, but we do have to confirm two things, and hopefully by Friday, everything will be on our website up and running.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, and that's central, what is it? CenLawJuneteenth.com. That's our website.
Thank you.
That's it.
Discussion.
Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 4, resolution authorizing the mayor to co-sponsor the United Way of Central Louisiana Neighbor Opportunity Community Conference in May 2025 at the Bolton Avenue Community Center.
Need a motion, please?
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public comments, Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome.
On this, so is everybody throughout the whole city, all the different community entities, or is this for something that they can come together on?
It says Neighborhood Opportunity Community Conference, so
And
you're part of the community.
Yeah.
You're
And I-
definitely welcome to be
Ye-
there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Look, and I hope people, just like y'all took into account the freezing, and we need to have cooling centers during the summer, so I hope y'all will take that into account too, for the homeless.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
White. You're welcome. Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 5, resolution to appoint Mr. Rafael Ernesto Romelio, hold on.
That's a long name.
Mr. Rafael Ernesto Romelio Moreno to the Alexandria Fire and Police Civil Service Board.
Would you repeat that?
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilwoman Felter, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all. Yes, sir, I'm sorry, Mr.
I
Councilman.
read his resume. Is he present?
No, he's not.
Mm-mm, he's not here.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question too. Whose appointee is this?
I'm sorry.
Whose appointee is this?
LSU.
Oh, it's LCA's appointee. Okay. I didn't know. I was trying to find it. I took it.
Wait, what? I thought he taught there.
He does. That's
Okay,
the appointee.
okay, all right, all right.
Each, like Southern's given an appointee, LCA's given an appointee. Different entities appoint to our civil service board. That's one of them.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 6, a resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for sulfur dioxide technical grade liquid 1-ton cylinder for wastewater department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 7, resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for a minimum of 1 30-passenger trolley.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Public comments, discussion.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
$300,000 for this. What is the longevity of the one we have now? Why are we replacing it?
Well, imagine.
It's what?
We currently have two, Mr. Green. They were used when we purchased them. We've had them.
We were
for a
giving
number
them.
of
We
years.
were giving them.
And, when we were given them, excuse me, and we've had them for a number of years. The cost of maintenance on those is getting to be extremely high, and so, we need to replace those out there. Used heavily for various activities and events, and so it's time to replace them.
So the city leases these, that's correct?
No, we own the ones
No,
that we currently have.
no. Once we have them in our arsenal, do we lease these out?
Yes.
Or people just rent them? Yes.
So currently, we're not leasing the trolleys that we have due to the condition of those trolleys.
Have we thought about refurbishing those trolleys?
We have looked at all those options. Yes, sir.
All right, so what was the conclusion?
The age of the trolleys that we have and the cost, again, to refurbish, it's just better for us to have new ones to get more.
I think they were like 10 years old when we got them.
Okay.
They're like 25 years old.
And once you get the new one, it could be leased out as well.
Oh, yeah.
When we get the new one, then we'll revisit that policy.
And is the expense amount, it's depending on what we could purchase, we could get more than one, or maybe just one, or is that what we're thinking?
At this particular point, the amount that you see is for the allocation for one.
One.
Again, this is a bid process, so it may not actually be
Right.
that full amount.
I know that one we have so old, every time I see it, it's broke down.
Yeah. I've been on it when it broke down
It
before.
breaks down all the time, so,
Okay, we took the two and made one out of it.
yeah.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Number 8, resolution setting a public hearing to be held on June 3rd, 2025 to consider condemnation of 6 structures.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Valord, second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
H, ordinances for final adoption subject to public hearing. Number 9, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating chemicals for wastewater department.
Need a motion, please?
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Valord, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 10, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for electric meters and accessories.
Need a motion, please? Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. A public discussion. Mr. White,
Thank you, Madam President.
you're welcome.
On these meters,
That's smart.
again, I ask, are they smart meters?
They are
They
smart.
are smart meters.
Yes.
Are they going to be put on everybody's house or new housing? Or you don't know?
I think they explained to you at the last time when you had this question, it depends on the house, and they're putting them on the most modern house, because some of them may not be, I don't want to say up-to-date at homes where they will be allowed to work at that particular house.
Okay. Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
And I'll be out of y'all's way. We've had a good meeting so far.
Thank you.
On this, will you be able to cut their power off from the utility office? You should be able to. I know in other communities with these smart meters, they're able to cut the power off from the office itself instead of sending out a person, because that's what the smart meter is for.
Meters are encoder receiver transmitters. They operate on radio frequency. They permit us to be able to read the meter more accurately and without having to go from location to location, we can actually drive down the street and read the meters. This is not about whether or not you can disconnect the service from an office.
So you're saying all they got to do is drive by and read the meter? That's what you're saying? So they don't have to physically get out of the vehicle and read your meter that's on there?
These particular meters permit you to do it. They're radio read meters.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. White. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 11, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for chlorination and dechlorination equipment.
Motion, please. Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public discussion, public comment, I'm sorry. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 12, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for Jackson and MacArthur Enhancement Project.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Valord, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Madam Clerk, Madam President, $46,000 for that enhancement on Jackson Street. I don't see it. I didn't vote for it when they put it in. And all it does is beautify a place for the panhandle to get to. Why we just can't cement that down? Because the shrubbery doesn't last.
So this particular project actually is going to help the issue that you just mentioned, Councilman Green, with regard to the shrubbery. The other year when we had the extreme heat and drought, it killed out most of the vegetation that was located at that site. And part of the problem was we did not have an irrigation system in place there. This enhancement will allow us to be able to put the irrigation system in and keep that issue from happening with regard to that. And just general modifications and beautifications.
So we're looking at the Jackson Street, MacArthur overpass in Jackson Street.
That's correct.
All right, and we want to add irrigation to it.
That is one of the aspects of the enhancement, yes.
All right, and what are the other aspects of it?
I don't have it with me, but I do know that's one of the aspects.
Plants.
Yeah. Additional lighting, I think, as well. But we can get that information.
You have anything else?
Thank you.
All right, and I see, I have a question about the bids. E. Wolf Landscape, they didn't submit a bid, or? Apparently
You
not.
didn't?
So there was only one bid received for this project?
Based upon what the information, I think is what it is. I'm not certain.
Yeah,
Correct.
it was one,
Yes,
yes.
Mr. Loretta. Is that a good price?
Well, you wouldn't know if you got like one bidder, huh? You'd have to get
Is that a good
somebody
price
else.
for that? Is it?
You,
I'm not a-
you probably, I don't know
I
either,
don't do landscape.
but I would say you probably would have, to, in order to find out, you'd have to get
You gotta
someone
see
else
what
to bid, or,
Well, it's a blind bid, because the people who bid didn't know no one else was bidding, so I'm sure they put their best foot forward. It wasn't like they just sent one person. You know, if I'm gonna send a bid in, if someone sends me a bid package, I'm gonna put my best foot forward if I want the business.
Right, because it has to be, the low bid wins.
This bid was published like all other bids in the city.
So can we find out more about what's all in this,
enhancement.
Yeah, I think we just
Project.
found out, Mr. Green.
Questions?
okay?
Urban forestry.
All right.
What is all going into the, Jackson Street, MacArthur Enhancement Project?
An irrigation system and a good many new shrubs within the interchange triangles that are now just dirt.
Okay, is this the section underneath or the areas alongside?
The underneath and not beside the bridge, but the area between the service roads and I guess you would call it the bridge abutment.
The bridge abutment, you said?
Yes, yeah.
It's the space where the people be begging it.
Well, that's,
Mr. Green, if you would indulge me, once you do the,
that's all, that's,
They don't do that anymore. They've done it for a while.
they still do it. They still do it. They camp out, I can assure you. My question to Mr. Green is, once the irrigation system go in, how are you going to keep those people out of that?
We'll turn the irrigation on.
And they might just give them a bath.
That's not my department. I'm not the police department. Actually, there's going to be a grass strip along, I guess, the pathway where the people beg or solicit. So they won't be walking through the plants like they were before. There'll be like a grass area there.
Is this a prudent use of city funds?
No. Mr. Green, let me say something else. You say they don't do it there anymore. Mr. Fowler, you said it as well. But there's a sign in front of the Royal Martin Building, in front of the Social Security Building, and those people are still panhandling.
So Mr. Green is here to speak
Yeah, I'm
directly
not-
to the
I'm not
project that you all are questioning.
I'm not the
regarding to
panhandler expert.
Item number 12. So if we could keep it to the questions related to the project.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. You answered the question to the best of your ability, and I accept that. Thank you.
Tell them about the bid.
So you were, Mr. Laverdane, you were asking about the price. So the estimate was 80,000.
Who provided the estimate?
I provided the estimate. And that's a good price. The 40,000 is about half what it should be. And had the other there were two other contractors who were going to bid it. Apparently they had some confusion about where the bid was supposed to be due at. They normally bid on landscape maintenance, which is collected out at purchasing. But they wouldn't have gotten the bid anyway. Yankee Clipper bid it for about half what it should go for. So what I'm saying is if we bid it again, it's going to be a lot higher.
Do we even need this?
I was told to do it. I don't make policy decisions.
I understand.
Can this be delayed?
It's delayed this one.
If you don't want to do it, vote it down. Vote for it if you're for it, vote against it if you're against it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's a major intersection, and something needs to be done either way.
I'll fix it.
Mr. Caffrey, Madam
go ahead.
Clerk, would it be to the best of the city's interest, as I've seen in cities, that area just be cemented, paved over?
So, Mr. Green, that's a decision for the council to decide in this vote here. As one of the councilmen just said, if you all vote it up, it will go forward with the project. If you vote it down, the project will not proceed.
Vote it down.
I think this is the most traveled intersection in the city.
It is.
By far. And I think it puts on a good impression of the city if that looks nice. Beautification of the city is one thing we need. Right now, a couple of weeks ago, we went around the city picking up trash everywhere to make the city look pretty, make the city look better. I think this is another step to make the city look better and more acceptable.
We have a lot of areas, though, that need to look acceptable
Well-
and beautiful as well.
I know that, yes, and we can work on those too.
Vote it down.
Could we put turf in? Could it be, could it be turf?
So the area actually was concrete at one time, but DOTD took all that out, because there were weeds growing up through it and it was all unlevel. It would be a lot more expensive to re-concrete all that.
To
It would be more expensive.
Oh, yes.
put back what you took out?
Well, to put back what DOTD took
DOT
out,
took it
yeah,
out. It wasn't-
DOTD took it out?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's a state
It's a state route.
highway.
And so is MacArthur.
But when DOTD took it out, they did not participate in building it because I was on the council.
Why we
And
beautiful?
my concern was, all we were doing was building sidewalk from chicken house to chicken house. But that's my opinion, and I'm not for it. That's why I asked you the question. $46,000, let's do this and clear this thing. Like Mrs. Perry said, there's quite a few areas that need to do this. And I know for a fact, those people are gonna walk all over their grass, all those shrubs, and kill them, and we'll be back next year, or however many years that it'll be there. Thank you all for your participation in my question. Thank you.
Question?
Call for the question.
We have a motion on the floor by Mr. Valord and second by Ms. Felton. You want a roll call vote?
Yes, please.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Mr. Lawberdane,
No.
Ms. Perry,
No.
Mr. Johnson.
No.
Ms. Felter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
No,
Mr. Fowler.
Yes.
Madam President, you have 3 yeses and 4 noes, so item carries.
All right.
Madam President, on
Yes,
item number 13, the administration is requesting that this be removed, but I need to read it into the,
Yes, ma'am.
to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a corporate endeavor agreement with Central Louisiana Juneteenth Association Incorporated for Juneteenth celebration.
And I,
We still need a motion.
motion, please.
Motion.
To remove it,
Motion removed.
Second.
Why is it being removed?
because it should have been a resolution. We just approved the resolution.
Okay,
And because it's not a corporate endeavor.
all right,
It's
Okay.
only to co-sponsor.
all
It
right.
was motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Ballard. Any public comments, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. That's it.
That's it.
Meeting adjourned.